When I say that MAGA is simply a bunch of talking parrots, I really mean that because they parrot everything that comes out of Donald Trump's mouth. And if you look at my little drawing there, created by AI, of course, you will see the parrot that he's holding in his hand is called MAGA. And MAGA gulps up every word as if it's pure gold, and they simply go out and start repeating it. But let me go down the list of oldies that I have, and I've taken the time to write down a list of talking points that not only MAGA parrots, but Fixed Noise also parrots these talking points. I mean, it's verbatim. The first was, "Make America Great Again." And what did the parrot say? "Make America Great Again." They just kept parroting that as if it was true. They kept repeating it. They even went out and started wearing red "Make America Great Again" hats, as if they were too ignorant to really understand what it really meant. They thought it meant one thing, but in actuality, it meant quite another. It meant make Trump great again. The next talking point was, "We're going to build a wall. Mexico is going to pay for it." What did the parrot say? "Mexico is going to pay for the wall." Who ended up paying for it? Every American taxpayer paid for the wall. Third talking point that I wrote down was fake news. You would hear Trump say this constantly. Don't believe the fake news media. What did MAGA do? Don't believe the fake news media. They parroted everything Donald Trump says. The next thing that they parroted was the deep state. They didn't even know how to spell the state that they lived in, but they were calling into talk shows and all on social media saying, "You're part of the deep state," not really understanding what the deep state meant. It meant that we were in a deep state because of Trump and because of what he was doing to the country. He took them into a deep state, a mental state, and they are still there because most of them are too ignorant to realize that they have been played. And these people became angry with us because we would not drink the Kool-Aid. They drank the Kool-Aid. They fell for the con. They were the mark and didn't realize that they were the mark. The next talking point was drain the swamp. Trump said, "Drain the swamp." What did MAGA say? "Drain the swamp, drain the swamp." They didn't realize what they were saying because the swamp can never be drained because too many billionaires and millionaires and pedos are part of the swamp. It's impossible to drain the swamp. The next talking point that came out of Trump's mouth was voter fraud. Voter fraud. And what did MAGA say? Voter fraud, voter fraud. They just keep repeating whatever Trump tells them because they don't have a brain to think for themselves. The next talking point was mail-in ballots are bad. Mail-in ballots are bad. Don't mail in ballots. Even though Trump himself won the election because of mail-in ballots. Once he won, he said mail-in ballots are bad. And what did MAGA say? Mail-in ballots are bad. Mail-in ballots are bad. Fraud, fraud, fraud. They're simply parrots. I'm telling you, these guys have no brain. And then he comes up and says that America first. MAGA repeats, America first, America first. He comes in again and says the 2020 elections were stolen. MAGA repeats, the 2020 elections were stolen. The 2020 elections were stolen. They have no brain. These people are clueless. And he has so many favorites, I'm almost running out of time. He says, secure the border. And what does MAGA say? Secure the border, secure the border. They don't even know half of what they're saying. They just find it quite revealing, quite truthful that everything comes out of Trump's mouth is solid gold. And he makes them vote against their own interests by saying tariffs are good. And what do they say? Tariffs are good, tariffs are good, tariffs are so good for us. We need tariffs. Many of them now realize that tariffs have destroyed our economy. And I looked at my list. This is one of the great ones. No taxes on tips and overtime. How many of you remember hearing them kept repeating that talking point? I mean, they were all everywhere, just echoing it. And the MAGA parrot says, no taxes on tips and overtime. They soon realized that that was a lie, because guess what? They're still getting taxed the hell out of them on tips and overtime. That was just a plain fat lie. They also repeat the other talking points where Trump says, fight wokeness, fight the wokeness on the left, fight the woke left, get rid of the woke criminal left. Here they go. Fight wokeness, fight wokeness. They're so imbecilic in their thinking that they're screaming out against the very thing that they need in their lives. If he told them, repeat, no health care, they would actually say that as well. No health care. We don't want health care. Because they're just simply a bunch of parrots who repeat everything that Trump says. And guess what? Trump said this a few months ago. Short-term pain for long-term gain. Short-term pain for long-term gain. And what did that parrot say? Short-term pain for long-term gain. They are the most ignorant group in our society. And they constantly fall for all of these tricks that Trump keeps pulling out of his magic bag.